Todd Bass, and you are watching Gamblers Hub, Eastern Time, Friday night, 6 p.m. So what we are about, and when I say we've got Joel, we've got Mark, and we've got me. Make sure to watch what we're doing as this podcast today goes on, because we will be having Rogers from LA, top horse boy, that's right, for the Breeders' Cup on Saturday, and I think one race on Friday. Breeders' Cup, there's going to be Breeders' Cup towards the end of the show. We want to help you guys. We're not going to say that we know everything about sports gambling, but we have studied sports gambling, me and Joel, and Mark with fantasy football for a long time. And you just watch what we're talking about and pick what you like, and you will make money in the long run, because we do. We make money because we know what we're doing to a point. We make mistakes, but overall a professional sports gambler is technically at just over 55%. We're at 65 to 70%, all us guys. And so watch us every Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Gamblers Hub. And let's begin the show. Yeah. I think I'm going to start out with something that's pretty major, and that's money management. Joel, let's hear your thoughts on money management.
Just throw money at FanDuel and hope that it comes back. You stay within yourself. I mean, that's just got to be the key. Like, no matter how strong of opinion you are, never exceed, what you're prepared to lose. I'm not great at money management. That's sort of more your thing. I'm more of the freewheeling gambler type. But, I never put more out than I really can afford. And that's just Gamblers 101.
Well, I'm going to give you guys my first bit of advice on tight, not wild gambling, but real tight gambling that will make you consistent money if you're good. If you're at 65%, like us. You simply take the games and take the same denomination of money, whatever your budget can be. So let's say that you wanted to spend $200 in one day in making bets. Take $25 as a unit, and you bet $25 exactly on every bet you make as a single bet and not a parlay. That would mean you're going to pay 10% on the juice, but if you are consistent and win more than you lose, you will make money. Now, on the other hand, Joel might say you want to make bigger money, but not as tight as I play parlays.
Oh yeah, I love me some parlays. You got to look at FanDuel's or whoever you're using. They're all mostly the same, but it's preference for you. If they give you boost, if they give you advantages, anything like that, you got to take advantage. So last week, FanDuel, they throw 50%, 30% profit boosts at you. And when you find 3-4 bets that are solid and you like it, even if you have to buy points or go money line, like say, the Jaguars were -3.5 last week, take the money line, you get -150 instead of the -110. You still parlay them together, add that bonus, and you hit that big one. I put a 50 spot on a 4-leg parlay, got 1,000 back because I nailed all 4 because of that boost. It would have been 500, not too shabby, but that extra boost, gotta love it.
No question. 2 different types of gamblers. Wilder is Joel, and a little tighter is me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as somebody who's new to the gambling scene, in your opinion, what's more common? The more of the tight type of bettor, or the more, I'm just going to kind of throw some money out there and see what happens?
And I imagine you're referring to successful gamblers, not just a casual person who's getting drunk on their couch on Friday.
Sure,
Thursday,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Somebody who's methodical and actually really trying to make a profit versus, like you said, the Friday night guy who's just dumping money on his phone.
I'd say Todd's method is definitely the long-term money-making, slower way to go. You win less at a time, but you're more consistent.
Sure.
And just so you guys that are watching this understand, I started sports gambling when I was 20 years old, back when there was no FanDuel. I used to bet with a bookie. and that bookie would come to my house and he would pay me in cash. And why? Because I was a badder ass than the bookie was, and we know what we're doing.
That's right.
So I want to get started with my predictions. I got a good one here. Oh, do I have a good one?
Yeah.
I've got a game this week that of all the years I've bet in football, I've never seen in college football. Army at Air Force. Air Force is having a banner year. By the way, of course, right now, today is November 2nd. The games are going to be on November 4th, which is Saturday.
Correct.
Tomorrow's. So, I have never seen a 31.5 point total ever come up in college football.
But last week, didn't we see one with a 30.5 with Iowa and whoever they...
I apparently was on vacation and did not heavily play that much. But when you take 31.5 and you have Air Force in a banner year, I love this under. They are saying to the general public, you got to bet over. It's a guarantee. You've never seen anything this ugly. 31.5? My God. So, my first pick is you can either buy a few extra points, which back when the bookies were around, they didn't let you buy a point or two or three. They barely, they barely let you do a teaser. But this is my 5-star pick for Saturday in college football. Air Force under, buy 2.5 points if you're like me, so you move it up to under 34, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
That's one way of looking. What do you think?
I mean, I'm curious as to why you're doing that. Is it simply because it's a low number and they're tempting you?
That's not all there is.
Well, then go on, because I got some numbers here that might convince you otherwise. But you go first.
My answer to that is it has to do with the rivalry game of Army versus Air Force, and the fact that their defenses are looking towards playing a different defensive game on Saturday versus other teams they've played before.
Okay, I mean, fair enough, but in the devil's advocate way, Air Force, I mean, they, in a cumulative way, and a total over-under, they've only gone under 31 twice out of 8 games so far. Army, similarly, they're not good on offense for sure, but they let up a 62 spot on LSU. Syracuse put up 29, UTSA 29. Army actually put up 57 against Delaware State. I'm just saying that they could do that. I mean, LSU covered that, doubled that over-under by themselves against Army.
I don't see Air Force scoring 24 points.
You don't? Because, last week obviously they didn't, but Air Force, they put 30 up last week against Colorado State, 34 against Wyoming, 49 against San Diego State, 45 against San Jose State, 39 against Utah State, and 42 against Robert Morris. So what is that? 6 out of 8 times they would have covered the over all by themselves. I'm tempted to go with the over, but
I'm gonna bet $150 straight up on Air Force under 34 and buying 2.5 points.
All right.
And you?
I mean, I just talked myself into the over. At 30, I mean, I'm not going to buy points, but well, maybe I could. I could go down to 28.5, 27.5, and
right.
I mean, 4 touchdowns. That seems not undoable.
It's going to look like a weird game, man. It's
oh.
going to be very boring to the fans, but I do think that of all the games, I love that game.
Yeah.
Let's go on to Nebraska at Michigan State. Now, in their case, their under is a little low too.
Yeah.
34.5. Do you have a thought on that game?
That one I like the under way more. That's I mean,
I'm going with the under in that one. I think I'm going to parlay Air Force with the under of Nebraska, Michigan State, and also take them separately with the unders.
Cool.
And I like that a lot.
Fair enough. I agree. I like the under on that one as well. So,
do you have a thought on Texas, San Antonio, and North Texas?
They've been. I mean, UTSA has been crushing it this year, considering they went into the year so I don't know, hyped up, I guess. But 5 wins are already bowl eligible. That over under is 71.5. Is that right?
Right.
Am I reading that right?
These two teams on Saturday are going to score. I love this game as an over. Playing it safe, buying 2.5, move it to 69, and saying it's going to go over.
Okay. And you just stop at the 2 over-unders, the Air Force and the Nebraskas, or would you add that one to a third?
This is an over-under day. I love these games.
Okay.
And again, keep in mind, this is very important for you guys that watch us. If you hit 75%, you are way above a professional sports gambler. So we're going to make a mistake. Pick and choose what you like that we're saying that matches up with your thinking. Don't just every single thing that we say take it for gospel. Look at what we're saying and then pick what you think might match what your thoughts are. Love it. Love these games. Yes.
All right.
Going Texas, San Antonio, North Texas over. Playing it safe, buying 2.5 points.
Have you looked at the big game for the week, which was the LSU Alabama? I mean, that's going to be where all the biggest money's coming in, right?
Okay, so what's your thought on that game?
I like LSU. I think Alabama's wildly overrated.
Yeah,
and they're going to give you
agreed.
3 points. I mean, yeah, I'm going to take that all day.
So you're taking
I'm
LSU,
taking LSU
plus 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
And where is it being held at? Where is it being played?
It's at Alabama's home stadium, and they're 3-point favorites. But they're playing close games. I mean, they're not blowing anybody out. Alabama hasn't blown anybody out all year.
Well, Alabama doesn't like to cover. And one thing I can tell you, in big games over the years, what I've loved is a small dog, whether it be at home or on the road. I love it too. LSU plus 3 is a great pick in my opinion. Alabama is overrated. They will probably do well towards the end of the season in the big games. But in this game, I love LSU. Plus 3. Me and Joel are on the same game.
Yeah. You want to switch it up to NFL for a little bit before we bring Raj on?
Yeah,
Raj in?
sure. Oh, I got something in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you do. He's always got something to say.
Yeah.
No.
So, I'm very curious before I throw this out there. I have a collection of rare items, of which I've got a number of Kansas City players' rookie cards, including all the best.
Mm-hmm.
I have signed photos and footballs, and I've always loved Kansas City a lot. What do you think about Kansas City?
The game, I mean, that's going to be a great game between them and the Dolphins. I like the over more than either of the teams.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, go for it.
I love one of the teams. I mean, you would think that this game, who's going to win? Miami's playing better than ever. KC, maybe they're going to rebound and look a little bit better. No. I love Miami. This is the new Miami. This is the breakout game that shows that Miami could go to the Super Bowl. They could go to the Super Bowl. And I love Kansas City, but they're going to lose. They're going to flat out lose. Money line, Kansas City.
Even though the game's in Germany.
Yeah, especially that. Because let me tell you, it's going to affect two things. One, who is that tight end? Let's hear his name. Let's hear his lovely name, the tight end from Kansas City.
Travis Kelce.
He's a fucking movie star, isn't he? Oh, no. He's Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little problem with Germany. Miami likes it better. I love Miami straight up to win this game in Germany. And Kansas City's going to lose because they can. They'll be in the playoffs. They already know it. But I love Miami this year. Breakout game to show that Miami's better than KC.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's a big scoring game because those Europeans like to see the ball fly in the air a lot. You're going to see a lot of passing today. Both quarterbacks are going to be putting up monster numbers. I think Tyreek Hill, if he doesn't break an NFL record today, I'd be shocked, to be honest.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just going to be an absolute air battle. Yeah, but I think you're right. I think Miami, they just got too much firepower. They got too much firepower. They got too many options. When you look at KC, yeah, you got Kelsey. Yeah, you got a couple other guys, but Miami's just ready for an air-to-air combat type fight. So,
yeah,
yep.
I concur. Yeah.
So I have one more game for the NFL. A thing about me is I don't like to make too many picks. I like to take and break out 5 or 6 college NFL together total games. You pick too many, you're losing, you're winning. But this game I love. What do you think? Now, Arizona Cardinals have beat Cleveland 5 times in a row. The last 5 games that Arizona and Cleveland have played each other, Arizona has won. Mm-hmm. But there is a little bit of something different here. What do you think? The spread is Cleveland, which is the difference, minus 7.5. But in those 5 games that Arizona won, that spread was not like that.
Because they had Kyler Murray in those situations. Just this week, the trade deadline came and Dobbs is gone. So now they're turning into Clayton Tune, which I just had to look up.
Yeah.
Who the heck is Clayton Tune, who's thrown 1 pass for 4 yards. He's leading this team now. Take the under in that game because they are going to struggle against that Cleveland defense.
Cleveland is going to the playoffs.
Well, maybe.
I say they're going.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not always right, guys. I'm right more than I'm wrong. I like Cleveland to win this game by 1 point, take it from 7.5 to 6.5. Win by a touchdown? They should. Will they win by 10? Quite possibly. I love Cleveland. I love Cleveland. I love Cleveland to show the public that they're back with the dogs barking in the audience. I love it. I love Cleveland in this game.
24-3, something like that. I think Arizona's going to just punt galore, and Cleveland's going to put up just enough to do it. It's going to go under, and they're going to cover.
Yeah, I was going to say if I was to give any advice at all, maybe go out and get Arizona's field goal kicker.
Yeah, because they might get just enough first downs to kick it up 40 to 50 yard field goals. There you go.
So recap.
That's all I got for this one.
Yeah.
Our last game here, which is Cleveland, Arizona. Again, we are telling you guys, pick what you like, what we're saying that matches up maybe to what you're thinking, and that if we think it and you think it, maybe that's going to work to make you more money. But if you keep watching us, we're going to help you learn how to make more money. Now, let's get to the Breeders' Cup. Rogers is a guy that has played horses since he was 13. He went to Santa Anita by bus as a kid. I've known him a long time. This guy is an expert. Horse racing is very difficult, but we will bring you the big races like the Breeders' Cup this Friday and Saturday, and Kentucky Derby when it comes around, the Belmont, all the big ones. So let me give Raj a call.
Hello.
Hey, Raj.
Hey.
What do you think, Raj?
I think it looks tremendous. We'll start with the Dirt Mile, and the prohibitive favorite will be Cody's Wish. The storyline here is that there's no speed, and Zozos is going to get an early lead, easy. And the question is, does he have the talent to beat a horse like Cody's Wish? Probably not. And so in terms of trying to find a long shot, I don't think this is the race to try to do that. So I will move on.
So you have no pick in that race?
Yeah, I mean, I think Cody's Wish is probably going to win, even though he's he's going to be facing a lone speed horse. But the thing about Cody's Wish is he showed a lot of speed last time, so he has the capability of not allowing the lone speed horse to get away. That's why, and he's just so much.
What do you think the odds are going to be on that horse when it closes?
Heavy. We're talking probably 7-5.
7-5. You still can make money if you bet $100 or $50, whatever your amount of winning is. But yeah, what's the horse's name again?
Cody's Wish.
Cody's Wish. And what race is that?
That's the Dirt Mile.
In the Dirt Mile. And is that Friday or Saturday?
This is all Saturday.
Okay, on Saturday, the Dirt Mile, Cody's Wish is Raj's first pick. What do we got next?
Filly and Mare Turf. And here we have some opportunity for, I think, for some overlays.
Could you tell the public what an overlay is?
An overlay is where the odds, in your opinion, I mean, there's no science behind it. You can't say with any certainty, but in your opinion, the odds are higher than in your opinion, the actual chances of the horse winning is. So you're getting value, in other words.
Okay, the next race.
That's the Filly Mare Turf. And my two long shots here are Lindy and a Japanese horse called Win Maryland. Now, we're looking at, 20-1, 12-1 on those two horses. That's the morning line. Now, are they going to go off at that? Win Maryland is probably going to be higher, probably going to be a super long shot. And the interesting thing about this horse is she's had figures that would put her in this race comfortably. But her last three races have been a slow incline towards those higher figures, suggesting she's rounding back to that form.
Okay, and our next race?
The next race is the Filly and Mare Sprint, and another probably not there is a long shot here I'll tell you about. The heaviest favorite of the day will be Goodnight Olive. And there have been 5 Breeders' Cups at Santa Anita. And 4 of those 5 in the Filly and Mare Sprint have been won by the favorite. And Goodnight Olive is as good as any of those. So she's going to be tough to beat.
So who do you like?
Well, Goodnight Olive, but there is a long shot that's interesting. And it's another Japanese horse. Ncaa Yell, if I'm pronouncing that properly. Ncaa Yell. I think this horse has a serious chance. 15-1 morning line, serious chance to win this race.
That'd be a lot of money at 15-1. So we only have time for the big race. If you could just let us know what you think and why in the big Breeders' Cup race.
Well, I don't want to skip the next race because there's an opportunity there that I think is very interesting. And that's the mile turf. And there's 2 horses there, Gina Romantica and Kalina, both extremely, extremely interesting long shots at 15 and 12-1 morning line.
Okay. And the big one?
It's really not the best betting race, actually. It is the most competitive race of the day. And I would have to go with a couple of long shots in this race. And that would be another Japanese horse, Derma Sotogake, and a very interesting horse called Dreamlike. But the morning line on those would be 20 and 30 to 1.
Okay. Big odds.
Good money.
Let's see what happens. What are your parting words, Raj?
Include some of these long shots into some exotics, but I wouldn't necessarily make them your absolute, go bet the farm on these.
So could you tell them what an exotic is?
Exotic is an exacta, a daily double, a triple, a pick 3, or a trifecta,
Yeah.
where you're combining different races and or horses in the same race to try to make a big score.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Raj. And the Breeders' Cup, Friday and Saturday. Picks from Raj. And we got to go. I will talk to you later, Raj. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
And I hope you guys enjoyed our inaugural Gamblers Hub. And again, it's going to get better. This is our first one. Todd signing out.
Joel, see you later.
And
Happy
Mark.
betting.
Gamblers Hub. Subscribe.
Yeah.
What else?
Click the bell for notifications anytime we upload new videos. You'll be the first to know. You get your picks in, get your bets, get your money. Also, go ahead and click that like button.
Yeah, and comment. Let us know why we're stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know what we can do right, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. All
And
the good
remember,
stuff.
overall, we're going to be more than 55, 60%. Pick what you like that we say, and you will do better in sports gambling. Todd, out of here.